From UFOs to psychic powers and government conspiracies, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know.
I'm going to begin with a California Fire news release, which was sent out on 9/6/2020, just 2 days from the recording of this episode. California Fire law enforcement has determined the El Dorado fire burning near Oak Glen in San Bernardino County was caused by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device used during a gender reveal party. The fire began at 10:23 a.m. on September 5th, 2020 in the El Dorado Ranch Park in Yucaipa. Am I saying that right, Californians? Anyone?
They'll tell us. They'll
Yucaipa?
tell us. Let us know in the comments.
Please. The fire spread from the park to the north onto Yucaipa Ridge that separates Mountain Home Village in Forest Falls from the city of Yucaipa. California Fire reminds the public that with the dry conditions and critical fire weather, it doesn't take much to start a wildfire. Those responsible for starting fires due to negligence or illegal activity can be held financially and criminally responsible. Pretty obvious. So, the story here is that a very large fire began when a smoke-causing or emitting device was used at a gender reveal party, which is a gender reveal party. If you don't know what that is when a couple who is having a baby decides to reveal to friends and family, usually right now at least online through some kind of video or something to that effect. They keep it all secret until that reveal party, and then usually with a color. That's the way I've seen it most commonly. I don't know if you guys have seen anything different, but by using a lot of times the color blue or pink, they will reveal the, I don't even know how to say it.
The gender.
The biological gender, or whatever you want to. It's
a minefield.
It is a minefield.
But the thing is called a gender reveal party, so we can stay within that nomenclature, because I think the practice itself has sort of been canceled or is a bit problematic.
Yeah,
but we can get into that. We can get into that in its own way in a minute.
So all the problems with the gender reveal party itself exist here, right? We're going to put that to the side. The other major problem is that there are drought conditions in much of the western United States, and specifically in parts of California, where there are already massive wildfires burning right now at the time when this gender reveal party was occurring. Deciding to use a pyrotechnic device of any kind is probably a bad idea, but how it was done, where it was done, was just... It feels like people were either out of their mind or not thinking at all, whoever did this.
It's also illegal.
Yes, very much illegal. Noel, you found a video of this and shared it with us. Could you talk to us about what we're looking at here and how people can also watch this?
Yeah, I just happened upon it when in Googling another aspect of it that I'll add at the end. But yeah, it's apparently relatively new that this video came out. I don't know if it's some like cell phone video from one of the people involved, but it looks like a box, but like, you know, one you could probably sit on. Like it's just laying on the ground, and it's on this hill, and it's surrounded by super dry, very, very tall grass, and essentially it creates this huge explosion with pieces of debris flying everywhere, and it's this big blue cloud. And I mean, I would say it would envelop the three of us if we were standing there. It would like be enough material to like fully, like think of in a cartoon where you have the dogs and cats fighting and it's a big cloud of dust, and then, you know, people disappear inside of it, or dogs, and then one jumps out and gets dragged back in, like that size. And then it immediately catches the grass on either side of it on fire immediately. And it just, zhoosh, just like, you know, you can see it happening. You can see it shooting out in all directions, the fire.
Wow. Yeah. It was my first time actually seeing the video of it occurring, and it is a massive thing. Honestly, when I read smoke smoke generating device or whatever. I thought it was going to be a tiny little smoke bomb, you know, like maybe you played with as a kid. I used to use those.
Yeah.
But no, it is not that. It's a bomb. It uses tannerite.
It looks like the kind of thing that maybe someone was involved in theater or movie production or something. It looks like that grade of incendiary device.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, especially when we consider how many people are probably left with equipment and, although it's weird to say it in this situation, expertise and access in the wake of the enormous closure of the entertainment industry in California. This fire, by the way, as of yesterday, is only 7% contained, and I believe that they found a suspect, a family. I believe that they have not, to my knowledge, specifically publicly identified the family, but the authorities have found and contacted them. They were still on the scene when the firefighters arrived. I would, if I were that group of people, I would probably also not want my name in public, especially my local area.
Oh, for sure. And again, it was a massive mistake. I do not think, this is me just speaking, I do not think that was done on purpose. I don't think they understood what was about to happen when they set down that set of things that occurred. I would just say this, like you said, Ben, is 7% contained as of yesterday. And this is one of numerous fires. The Creek Fire, which is burning also right now on both sides of the San Joaquin River. It's been going since since last Friday, and I'm getting a lot of this from the Sacramento Bee and the Fresno Bee. By the way, those are two local papers there. As of Sunday, the fire had consumed 73,000 acres and is at 0% containment.
And they're saying that the fire suppression costs were in the millions of dollars at this point. So the idea of these people being financially on the hook for this could be life-changing in the worst possible way.
Mm-hmm. I would also add that California overall is having a tremendous issue with resources for firefighting and fire suppression, such that there is one group called Van from Japan that has started attempting to sell small Japanese firefighting vehicles. More and more people in the area, in California in general, have been investing in their own private firefighting equipment, which I think underlines both the gravity of the situation and and lets us know that people are considering this to be the new normal going forward. Only you can stop forest fires. The old Smokey the Bear tagline appears to unfortunately be increasingly literal for some people who simply can't get firefighter support in time to save their buildings, their families, and themselves.
Yeah, it's a devastating thing. You can go online right now if you don't live in California or not being affected by this in any way, and you can see the harrowing stuff that a lot of the firefighters, both professional and amateur, are going through to try and save, like you said, Ben, themselves and their structures. It is really, really tough. This is a stat from San Francisco Gate. Up until this point, the most destructive wildfire season ever recorded in California was just 2 years ago, in 2018, when 1.89 million acres burned. Think about how much land that is. Almost 2 million acres. Well, guess what? With 25 major fires already in 2020, and a lot of that had to do with electrical storms and just small things like this that we're discussing today occurring. 2.3 million acres have already burned in 2020. So that's insane. Last year, you remember hearing about wildfires in California last year?
Of course.
There were a bunch last year too. Only 118,000 acres burned last year in totality.
Well, and it's bonkers too, because California is so huge that these numbers, they're staggering. But I also, like, of all the people that we work with out in Los Angeles and of all the friends that we all have out in California, I don't know anybody personally that's actually been directly affected by these other than the air quality, which is apparently just horrible right now. It's brown. And I was out there once. I think we all were once during some of these wildfires last year, and the air quality is noticeable no matter where you are. You just smell smoke everywhere you go. And now it's apparently worse than ever. So really, and any listeners out there, if you're having to leave your homes or if things are scary, we're thinking about you. And it's no joke. Don't do stupid shit like this.
I would like to additionally point out, for frame of reference here, Matt, you said 1.89 million square acres. That's around the size of the country of Luxembourg. Just slightly smaller than an entire European country burning to the ground. And to be very clear, we are not saying that having a gender reveal party makes you a bad person. I think what we're saying, though, is that maybe a cake will be fine. Maybe just slice a cake open and think about the fact that your child will not be haunted by this story, one like it.
And just to wrap it up on an ever so, or it's my part anyway, an ever so slightly comical note, the woman credited with inventing the gender reveal party, a fashion lifestyle blogger from San Bernardino County herself, named Jenna Carvinitis, has spoken out after being dispossessed of her house as well, or at the very least having to evacuate, saying, "Stop having these stupid parties. For the love of God, stop burning things down to tell everyone about your kid's penis. No one cares about you." So. Jeez.